first as a first thing in today's session, right? We'll be going through the different ways how we can create administrators, whether it's the super administrator or the security admin or a local admin. But whatever the admin, what are the different ways how we can create this administrator in SuccessFactors system? That is what we are going to see in today's session, guys. And I'll show you how to grant the administrative privileges to the employees or the consultants or the super admins, whatever we are going to create in today's session, guys. That is what the agenda for today's session. And in fact, just for your information, in success factors we have three different types of administrators, guys. Let me brief about that. We have three different type of administrators. And one of those things is the super administrator, guys, or he is also called as a super admin. And the second one is going to be security admin, and the third one is going to be either your local admin or just admin, guys. So what kind of activities that these three different types of administrators going to do in your success factor system? So if you talk about that, right, this super administrator is the one who is going to set up the RBP, your role based permissions, or the administrative domains in your success factor system. Basically, he is the one who is going to configure your security in the system, and he is going to create, or he is going to create all other consultants. Like say he's the super admin, which is the first user created in your success factor system. Then all other consultants or user accounts are going to be created by this guy called as super administrator, guys. Okay, and he is the one who is going to grant access or revoke the access to the consultants in your success factor system, guys. Okay, and so what this guy is going to do, the security admin, he is the one responsible for creation of roles and permissions and the domains in your success factor system. Maybe it is like a very early stage to talk about these roles and permissions, but these roles and permissions are the building blocks for your role based permissions or the administrative domains, guys. So these guys, the security admin is going to configure those things. Okay, you see here, this guy is going to assign that to the required people, but who is going to configure the required roles and permissions in your success factor system is the super admins, guys. Okay, and who are the local admins or the administrators? Anyone with access to the administration tools in your success factor system, like say any consultant. See, for sure they need to have access to the administrative tools to do any sort of configuration, guys. So all your configuration is going to happen from your instance using the administrative tools. So anyone with access to the administration tools in your success factor system is called as an administrator in your success factor system, guys. So that's the difference between high level difference between these three different types of administrators in your success factor system, guys. Okay, so let's start with how you can create your users and you can assign the administrative permissions in your success factor system. So let me start with the very first way. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, guys. Just to overview the different ways how we can create administrators or assign the required privileges to the users so that they can do the configuration in your success factor system is, the first thing is going to be like in your provisioning system. I hope like you are, by this time you are all aware of what is your provisioning system. In your provisioning system, you can create your super administrators. These are by default your super administrators, guys. And the other way is going to be from your instance, success factor instance. You can go to your admin tools, and you have in admin tools you have an option called as manage users, guys. So you can create users using this manage users option, and the next step is going to be like you have to assign required admin privileges to these users that you created using the manage users option, guys. But you can see here the first option, you are not assigning any privileges or admin rights to these guys, because by default they are going to inherit the admin privileges because you are creating a super admin in the provisioning system. But the moment you are creating a user in your success factors instance using the manage users option, they are not the administrators, guys. You have to go ahead and explicitly assign the required admin privileges to the users that you are creating using the manage users option in your instance. And the third option is going to be like from your instance itself using the import UDF file, user data file. User data file is nothing but the way how you can import or export the employees or the users from your success factor system to your desktop or vice versa, guys. So you can import n number of users into the success factor system in a single shot using the UDF file, which is in a CSV file format, guys. I'll show you how it looks like. We are going to work on those things, guys. And once you import it, right, you have to assign required admin privileges to the users, guys. So at a high level, these are the three different ways how you can create your users in your success factor system, guys. So let me go to the first way, your super administrator, how you're going to create your super administrator in the provisioning system is you have to log into your provisioning system. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, you can see I'm logging into the provisioning system here, guys. Okay, you see here, I'm going to log into the provisioning system using this URL, and let me log into the system. I'll show you where to create your super administrators in the provisioning system, guys. So once you can see here, the moment you log into your provisioning system, this is your default home page of your provisioning system. And if you go to your company settings, you see here there is an option called as company settings. Click on this company settings, and you can see this is our organization ID. And in this provisioning system under our organization ID, you have to create a super administrator. In order to create a super administrator, please navigate all the way down to your provisioning system. In the provisioning system under your company settings, navigate all the way down, and you have an option to create an administrator somewhere here, guys. Yeah, you see you have an option to create your administrator from this particular section in your provisioning system, guys. Okay, so how you are going to do it, at least like you have to provide a username here. Let's say I want to create a user account. 1 second, guys, if you hold on a minute, let me create a I'm just pulling a user information, guys, so that I can go ahead and create that user now. Just let me know, guys, if you're not able to follow my voice, or like if I am little bit fast or slow, I can adjust my pace. See, your your instance, I have a question in the chat window, guys, and the question is like this: what is your instance? So instance is nothing but your front end system of your success factors, guys, where you will be carrying out all your configuration. Any consultant is going to carry out the configuration from the front end called as your instance, guys. Whereas your provisioning is nothing but it's a back end where you will be doing the modules activation and the deactivation of your modules is going to happen from your provisioning system at a high level. That is what is the difference between these two things, guys. Okay, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to create a yep.
Raghu, I'm not able to see your session.
No,
I'm not able to see your screen.
is that fine now?
No.
I'm in the
And now it's fine.
on the provisioning page, guys. Okay, so you see here I'm going to create a super administrator from the provisioning system using this section, guys. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to okay, guys. I see like there is a comment like I'm going a little bit fast. Let me slow down, guys. Sorry about that. So we came to this particular place to create a super administrator, guys, because we are working on a task of creating different ways of creating your administrators in your success factor system. That is our task. And one of the way to create your super administrator is from the provisioning system. We have an option to create a super administrator. That is what we are doing now, guys. And that is the reason I am in the provisioning account. Under our organization company settings, I have a section called, as you can see, I can create a administrator from this particular section, guys. Okay,
Raghu, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Raj.
Yes, I wanted to check with, ask you, the super administrator you're talking about, is that going to be created by SAP, or is going to be created by the administrator of the company you're working for?
No, yeah, it's a good question. One sec. Let me mute Raj. Okay. See, what it happens is like when you are on a project, say someone should log into your client provisioning system, right? And that login credentials are going to be provided by SAP SuccessFactors, guys. And using that login credentials, or let's say, let me answer this in this fashion, guys. SAP SuccessFactors can provide the client with login credentials to the client provisioning system, right? And using these login credentials, you can create a super administrator. Let's say who can get these login credentials? Say you are a certified consultant who are working at the client place. Yes, you can get the login credentials to the client provisioning system. On your name, you can get a login credentials to the client provisioning system, guys. I am emphasizing it is only to the provisioning system, the login credentials to the provisioning system, guys. So the moment you have the login credentials to the provisioning system, so being a consultant, you can go ahead and create the super administrator. Might be you will be creating your own login credentials or the super administrator for your instance. Or let's say there is another consultant who might be a super administrator for your project or at your client place. So you might be creating that guy's user account. Nothing but the user account is nothing but the user who can log into the instance, guys. Okay, Raj, that does it answer your question, Raj?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Let me answer a question from the chat window, guys. Don't mind, guys. As it is the first day, I want to clarify all the questions that people are asking so that it will be clear by tomorrow session, guys. Let me take one question, one or two questions from the chat window. Does it mean the client shares the login to provisioning system to us? To answer your question, yes, the client is going to provide the login credentials to the provisioning system, but there is a criteria over there, guys. Say I am a client, I have 10 consultants implementing the project for myself, for my organization. In that case, say I have only one of the 10 consultants is a certified consultant. Then only the certified consultants, being a client, I can request to SAP SuccessFactors for the provisioning login to my provisioning system only to the certified consultant. I cannot ask for all the other 9 people who are not a certified consultants. Yes, I am getting the access to my provisioning system, but there is a criteria. I cannot go ahead and create a number of provisioning logins. I have to request SAP SuccessFactors stating that yes, this is my provisioning system and I need to get a provisioning access to so and so consultant Trupta. Then the criteria over there is like Trupta should be a certified consultant on SAP SuccessFactors, guys. So that is how you are going to get a provisioning login credentials to the client provisioning system. And this is only attached or associated with the client provisioning system. That login credentials doesn't work for any other provisioning system, guys. Okay. Hope that answers your question, Trupta. Samir has a question, guys. Is super admin created here is also called as a professional services consultant? No, Samir. Professional services consultant is nothing but they are the partner employees who are professional services certified consultants. Let's take the case of mine. I am a professional services certified consultant. So these super admin, whatever we are creating is totally different, guys. The professional services consultants are nothing but they are the employees of the business partners of SuccessFactors, and they are associate level certified, and they are also professional services certified consultants. Just for your information, associate level is the certification that you will get the moment you clear your certification, and the professional services used to be, this is one of the certification which used to be like almost like 1.5 years back, where after completing your associate level you have to do 2 project implementations, end-to-end implementation, and that is when you are allowed to take the professional services certification, guys. But this certification is rapidly changing and it is no more applicable, guys. To the individual consultant it is no more applicable, guys. Okay, let me mute everyone, guys. 1 second. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So my intention is to create a super administrator from the provisioning system. That is the reason like we are here, and let me go ahead and create one super administrator here, guys. I'm going to create this user account.
Raghu, I have a question for you.
Can you hold on your question just for a few minutes, Raj? Just for a few minutes,
Sure.
don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah. So you can see, guys, this is the credentials, or this is the information that I'm updating here to create a super administrator. You can see there is an option for me to create an administrator. Click on create admin. This is to confirm your organization ID, guys, your org ID. Let me confirm that. Okay, you can see here this super admin account has been created. Say in real-time project implementation, you might have created this super administrator in the provisioning system, and he is the one, or he is the first user who is going to log into your instance. Because till that point, no one is able to log into your instance, guys. No user account in your instance is created until you create a super administrator in the provisioning system. And this super admin is the first user who is going to log into your instance and who is going to configure your security, or who is going to create other consultant user account in your instance. But to emphasize, he is the first user who is going to log into your instance, guys. So let me log into the instance using this super admin whatever we created here, guys. You can see this is the URL that I'm going to log into the instance, and our org ID, as I mentioned earlier, you can see this is our company ID, and I'm going to use that company ID and the user that we created just now. C Kumar is the user account that we created just now. You see here, the super admin, and the password that I gave in the provisioning system is welcome at 123, guys. Let me click on login. The system will prompt you to change your password. As the first time you are logging into the system, it will ask you to change your password, guys. Okay, let me. Kumar, I'll share these credentials with you in few minutes, Kumar. I'm going to use the same login here, guys. So here, I logged into the, so the super administrator, Kumar, is logged into the SuccessFactors instance. And you can see, this is your default home page, guys. Any user, whether you are a super administrator or you are a security admin or you are a local admin, this is the default home page where you are going to be landed, guys. But this is not the place where you are going to do any sort of configuration or your user administrator or security things, guys. So in order to do any sort of configuration, whether you are doing a specific module configuration or you are creating users or you are working on security, you have to go to your admin tools, guys. You can see there is an option called as administration tools, and you can access this administration tools, the default landing page, guys. This page is called as the default landing page, which is your home page. Okay, and these administration tools is the page where you are going to do the any sort of configuration, and you can access this administration tools page from this name drop down menu. This is your name drop down menu, guys. From your home drop down menu, you can access the administration tools page. Both these administration tools links, whatever we are seeing here, will land you on the same page called as administration tools page of your SuccessFactor instance, guys. I just selected the administration tools, guys. Let's see where we'll be landed. And you can see this is your administration tools page. And this is the place where you are going to do any sort of configuration, guys. Whether you are doing, you can see here, you can easily identify. Yes, you can do your goal related configuration, your performance related configuration, your compensation related configuration, and your user administrations. You see here, user administration, manage users, import export your user data file, and your security related things. You can see here. So this guy is a super admin, right? That is the reason you see by default he has the complete admin rights to the your SuccessFactor instance. Any module he has the default privileges, default admin rights to go ahead and configure any sort of things in your SuccessFactor instance. Okay, and this is the one way how you are going to create a super admin in your provisioning system, guys. Again, this is what we have seen so far, creating a super administrator in your provisioning system, and that guy logged into your instance, and we verified the super administrator by default has the complete admin rights to go ahead and do any sort of configuration or any sort of security related things in your instance. Yeah, just go with your questions, guys.
Raghu,
Yeah, Raj.
wanted to ask you about the certification. You said that it's really
Raj, a lot of echo is coming, Raj.
yeah,
Raj, if you don't mind, can you put your question in the chat window, Raj?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the first person who is going to log into your instance is the administrator or the super administrator. Correct, Tripta? Okay. Okay, I'll answer the Raj question whenever he's going to put on the chat window. But let me proceed with the second way of creating your user and how you are going to assign the admin privileges to the user. So the second way is going to be like we are going to create a new user account in your instance. using the manage users option. And these, yeah, the screen is shared, guys. I don't know, like it's already shared. I hope you are able to see my screen, right, everyone? Hello, guys, are you able to see my screen? Yeah. No, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool, guys. Okay. See, let's take this particular option. The second way how you can create your administrator is it's a two task activity. One is like you have to go ahead and create a user, and then you have to go ahead and assign the required admin privileges to that particular user, guys. So how you are going to create a user in the second case is you have an option to, if you go to your instance, you see here, this is your instance, guys. If you go to your instance, and if you go to your administration tools, this is your administration tools page, and you see here there is an option under your manage employees portlet. These two sections are called as a portlets, guys. They are called as a portlets. Okay. And using this manage employees portlet, under manage employees portlet, if you go to your update user information, if you go to your update user information, you have an option called as a manage users. You see here there is an administrative option called as a manage users, guys. So even if you don't remember this navigation completely, if you see here under your administration tools, you have a tool search option. If you go here and put your keyword, like say if you're working towards users, right, put a keyword towards the users, and you can see there is an option, all the administrative options matching the keyword has been displayed here, and you can select the appropriate administrative option for your use case or for your requirement, guys. Let's say I'm going to use the manage users administrative option now. And you can see I can go ahead and create, I can see all the existing users. At the same time, I can go ahead and create a new user as well. You can see there are two options, guys. One is you can see quick add, and there is your detailed add user. And someone disabled this quick add, guys. I'll show you what is the difference between this quick add and the detailed add user. But you see here, let me click on detailed add user, and you can see I can go ahead and create a user from this particular screen as well. Using the detailed add user option, I can go ahead and create a user account. So what I need to I have to go ahead and put the first name, last name, username, and all the other information, their job code in the organization, gender, manager, human resource. And you can see a difference between these two ways. When you're creating a super admin from the provisioning system, you don't see all these information over there. All that we gave is the first name, last name, and the username and the associated email ID, right? And when you come to the instance, the system is asking all these data in order to create a user account. The reason behind that is your intention when you are creating a super administrator in the provisioning system. The main motto behind that is you need to have a login, you need to have a user account who can log into your instance and do the further configuration. So there should be some user who can quickly log into your instance and do further configuration. And that is the reason in your provisioning system, the system doesn't ask you all these details over there. Just few details which are mandatory or which are like you will not be able to create a user account without that information. Okay, that is what is going to be required to create a super admin in your provisioning system. But when you are creating a user account in your instance, you are creating an employee. As though you are creating an employee, you need all this relevant information to create a user account or create an employee record in your SuccessFactor instance, guys. Okay, that's the difference, guys, in both the ways of creating a user account. So let me go ahead and create a new user account over here. Give me a second, guys. Let me go ahead and create one more user account here. I'll take questions from the chat window in a few minutes, guys. Don't mind about that. Okay. And you can see I'm going to create one more user from the instance. I'm not able to hear you, Sunil. I'm just creating a user from this particular screen, guys. I'm just providing the other field that has been made as a mandatory. And you're going to update the manager, HR, resource information, and to which department he belongs to, let's say. And I'm just populating the required fields over here, guys. I'm not going to populate all the complete details here, only the fields that has been mandated. And you can see I created a new user account from the instance, guys. And we can search for the new user account from this particular place. Let's say I created this dare here. You can see I'm able to find this employee record here. Or if I go to this particular people search option, you see here, I can go ahead and search for the new employee from here as well. So you created a new user account, so for dare, and how you are going to assign the admin privileges. By default, this person, whatever you are going to create from the instance, he is not going to be an administrator, guys. We have to go ahead and explicitly assign the required admin privileges based on his area of consulting, whether say he's a compensation consultant or he's a easy consultant or he's a goals and performance management consultant. Based on his expertise, we have to assign the required admin privileges to this guy. Where you are going to assign the required privileges to this guy is, if you go back to your administration tools and go to set user permissions, and you see there is an option called as administrative privileges. If you go to your manage employees under your administration tools, if you go to your set user permissions again, and you have an option called as administrative privileges. Okay, and let me assign these permissions to him, and then I'll take all the questions from the chat window, guys. So you have to search for this user whatever you are interested, and this is the user that I am interested in granting the required admin privileges to him. And you see here, by default he doesn't have any admin privileges here. So what I'm going to do is, like, I selected this user account which I just created, and I'm going to assign the required, all these are nothing but the domains, guys, your security domains. And if you click any one of them, you will be able to see what sort of activities that has been mentioned under this particular domain. You can see reset user password. Yes, there is allowed to reset employee's password. You have to go and select this particular checkbox. Say if he is not authorized to reset user passwords, you have to uncheck this particular checkbox from here, guys. If it is allowed, you have to select this checkbox, or otherwise you have to unselect that particular checkbox, guys. In the same fashion, you have to select or unselect the corresponding checkboxes whatever you are seeing here, guys. At a high level, what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to grant the complete admin privileges to all of you guys. So that is the reason I am granting the complete domain access to the administrative domain access to all of you here, guys. Let me grant the permission that we selected over here. You see here, so we granted the admin privileges to the new user whatever we created for the dare, guys. So that is how you are going to do this second activity. You created a user using the manage users option, and then you assign the required admin privileges to this user. It's a two task activity, and we completed both the activities, guys. And yes, you created a super admin, but how you are going to share the credentials? See, so far we haven't created, or we haven't provide the password to their account here. So how usually in your project implementations, how you are going to share these credentials is while you are creating a user itself, in your instance, while you are creating a new user itself, you can send a welcome notification. We are going to customize the email notifications of your SuccessFactors system, guys, but just I'm updating you how you are going to communicate these credentials is while you are creating a new user, from the manage users option, you have an option to send a email notification, guys. Let me go here. You see here, send the email notification has been disabled in the system, guys. That is the reason you are not able to send any email notifications. But you see here, you have an option to send a welcome email to this user, and this welcome email is going to capture the default password, the randomly generated password in the email notification, guys. Yes, we can customize the email notifications going out of your SuccessFactors system, guys. We can do that. We can activate them, deactivate them. We can customize the text. All those things we can do in your SuccessFactors system, guys, which we are going to do at a later point of time in your Introduction to Mastery module itself, guys. Okay, and so we have seen this second way of creating your user account in your SuccessFactors system using this manage users option, guys. Let me take a couple of questions from your chat window, guys. Then I'll go ahead with the third option, guys. The question here is like, can a super admin can log into your provisioning system? No, Srikanth. Your super administrator will not be able to log into your provisioning system with the credentials whatever you are going to create in the provisioning system. That credentials are purely associated with your instance only. They are nothing to do with your provisioning system login. Your provisioning system login, creation, deletion of the user accounts who can log into your provisioning system is going to be completely controlled by your SAP SuccessFactors, guys. Okay, and let me take another question. Farooq is asking, what is your provisioning system? Your provisioning system is nothing but the backend system, Farooq, and that is where you are going to activate, deactivate your modules. Say you got your license for a couple of modules of your SuccessFactors system. Out of that, say today you are only activating compensation. You see here, you have to go down that activate that module. So by default, you don't see this module activated in your provisioning system, even though you brought licenses to the associated module, but those modules will not be activated in your provisioning system by default. Being a consultant, we have to go ahead and activate this module by selecting these appropriate checkboxes here, guys, which we are going to work in further sessions, guys. But at a high level, that is what we are going to do in your provisioning system. Onaja, I am not sure why you are not able to hear me, but just as a general thing, right? Under your audio settings, right? You have to select the computer audio, Vanaja. If you go to your options, under your options, you see a audio section. Under your audio section, you have to select the computer audio in your GoToMeeting settings, Vanaja. Under options in your GoToMeeting window, go to audio and then select the computer audio, Vanaja. Then you will be able to hear me. If you are not able to hear me, then it might be a different problem altogether. Okay. Uh, 1 second, guys. This is one of the problem that usually I see on the first and second day while people are attending through GoToMeeting, guys. You have to select the computer audio in order to listen to these things. Or if you select the other option, you have to dial in, guys. You have to dial in. You can see phone call. You have to dial into the using the your phone option, guys. But by default, you can listen all my audio using the computer audio itself, guys. You don't see any problem with respect to that. Mm, okay. Okay. 1 second, guys. I don't see any other questions over there. Yeah, one question from Farouk is like in SAP ECC, we have landscape, we don't have landscape in SF. No, we do have landscape in success factors, guys. And this landscape, it again depends on the client who is implementing the project. He can go for a dev environment and he can go for QA and he can have a production. And there are clients who implemented just your QA and production as well, guys. If it is a small organization, they go for this kind of landscape, guys. And just for your information, you are going to migrate your changes, the configuration changes that you are going to do in your dev box or dev instance to your production or QA using the instance synchronization tool, guys, which we are going to see in our training sessions. Instance synchronization tool, guys. This is one of the latest thing that I added to my course content, guys. You see, instance synchronization tool is the one which we will use to migrate your configuration changes from one environment to another environment, guys. And Samir has a question, guys. Can we make a mandatory field or uh, on the profile when you are creating a user using the manage users option? Yes, we have the complete control to make fields as mandatory or optional, Samir, which we are going to work when we have started working on the data model set. That is when we are going to see this sort of configuration, Samir. Probably it will take another 10 sessions approximately, Samir. That is when we'll see that configuration. Yeah, SF consultants are going to create the privileges or assign the required permissions to the all other employees in your success factor system. Tarun, provisioning system is not the main system, Tarun. It's a backend system where you are going to activate, deactivate your modules. We cannot call it as a main system because your main system, all sort of configuration is going to be done from your instance. All the security aspects or the modules configuration, anything is going to be done from your instance. Okay. Kiran has a question. So basically, the success factor consultant acts as an admin. No, no, Kiran. The success factor consultant is the one who is going to configure the system. And at the same time, as we don't have any basis role in your success factor system, he is going to do the user administration. So the configuration part, the user administrator and the customization is going to be handled by the success factor consultant itself. And yeah, will you? Okay, now she's okay. Okay, I hope this I answered this question for how do we move changes from one system to another system is through your instance synchronization tool. Yes, Tarun, the certification is available. You can create a number of super administrator in your system, guys. There is no restriction, but as a best practice, you will be creating only one super administrator from your provisioning system, guys. Okay. So let me go to the third way of creating a users and assigning the required admin privileges to these users, guys. The third option is going to be like you are going to create the super administrator using the third option, and using this option you are going to create or you are going to create users from using the import employee data, and this import employee data is going to be done using the user data file, and this data file is a CSV file that you are going to import into the system, or you have an option to export the existing employees data to your desktop, guys. Let me show you that, then you will be able to clearly understand that, guys. So if you go to your success factor system. Let me go to the default home page, guys. Comma separated value file, guys. CSV is nothing but the comma separated value file. So if from your default
Raghu,
home page, yeah, go ahead, guys. Someone is asking question.
Raghu, Sunil here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, Sunil. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I just I restarted my computer. Okay, anyways,
Oh,
thank
okay.
you.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Go to your admin tools, guys. In order to create a admin using the third option that we are working here, go to your administration tools. In your administration tools page, go to update user information, which is available in your manage employees portlet. And from update user information, you can see there is an option called as employee export and employee import. Let me export the existing employee data, and then I am going to create or add couple of more user or employees records to my UDF file. Let me export this, guys. I'll show you how the files look like. And you can see export user file. Let me open this file in a Excel format, guys. Then we can easily so this is your UDF file, guys. This is your user data file. You see all your employee records, whether they are active or inactive in your system, you will be able to export them to your UDF file to your desktop, guys. Through your UDF file, you will be able to export all the employee data, all the employee records to your desktop. And you see here, these fields are nothing but the same fields whatever you see when you created a user using the manage users option in your instance. The same fields has been mentioned here, guys. You see here the status is a checkbox over there, username, the first name, last name, middle name, gender, email, manager, HR resource, division, department, the same things, guys. So in order to create, we'll be working on this UDF file, guys. We need an exclusive one session to completely work on this UDF file. And for today's session, our requirement is like we have to create a user accounts using this UDF file. So in order to do that, let me copy one of the user accounts, and then I'm going to create a new user account here, guys. And you see here, I want to create a new user account. I had to go ahead and populate their first name, last name, and their usernames and the corresponding personal information here, guys. If you give me a minute, I have to create a couple of other user accounts. Let me go ahead and create one of them here. Uh, 1 second, guys.
So, Raghu, this is a specific template that we have to follow?
Yes, we have to follow this template, guys. We have to always follow this template. I'll show you where you will be able to get a blank template, so that as a first time you can populate your employee records into the template. I'll show you that in a minute. 1 second.
It is provided by SAP.
No, you can get it from your instance itself, guys. You don't need to depend on SAP success factors for that.
No. What I meant to say is basically this is the only template that can be used.
Correct. This is the only template, and this template can also be customized. I'll show you how to customize that. But yes, being a consultant, we can customize this template as well, guys. What fields needs to be displayed here, what fields should not be displayed here, what fields should be mandatory fields over here, all those things are going to be completely controlled by the success factor consultant, guys.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Let me go to this particular file, and I am interested in creating a user. First name is and last name is this. Okay, and
Raghu,
these things are
Sunil
not going
here.
to change here. Yeah, go ahead.
Raghu,
Go ahead, Sunil.
Raghu, Sunil here. I want to know like your voice is coming first, screens are coming later, so there is no synchronization happening.
Really, is it the same with everyone, guys?
Yes, sir. It's the same problem, sir.
Okay, and it's maybe can it?
Because what is happening is like your voice is like
No, 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 Sunil.
thunderlight.
No, no. One
Yeah.
second. There are a couple of people who are asking me, who are saying that it's fine with them.
I think, sir, it's a little bit internet issue, maybe because of little internet issue also, but just couple of seconds lagging, just 1 or 2 seconds, 2 seconds, three
No, no.
seconds lagging, sir.
No, no, yeah. You see here, there are people who are replying, stating that that is fine with them.
So maybe, sir, internet issue.
Yeah, definitely it is the internet issue. Might be at your end or at my end. At either end, it will be some problem, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raghu, this is Rajesh. Wanted to check with you if the certain fields clients want and we don't have it in the success factors. So what do we do? Can we create the new fields in the system?
Yeah, we can create custom fields in the success factor instance, guys. Yes,
Thank
we
you.
can do that. Okay, let me come back to the thing that we are working here. I'm creating a new user record, guys. You can see Devrati Roy is the one that I am creating here. You see here, I just created the employee record here, and I can go ahead and import this into the success factor instance. Let me save this file, and it should be always a CSV file, guys. In order to import your user data into the success factor instance, it should always be a CSV file. Let me save this file in the CSV format. And now if I go to my instance, let me go back to my administration tools. If I go to my administration tools, go to update user information, you see there is an option to import your employee data. Select this import employee data, and you have an option to import a file, guys. You can see this is the place where you are going to consume your UDF file. And just for your information, you can get a blank CSV file, the template always from your import user option. You can see data import file template. This is the section where you can get a blank CSV file, guys. Let me open this. You see here, this is just a template. There are no records here. If you want to get a template, you can go ahead and get the template from this particular place. If you go to your import employee data, you have an option to get a blank template from this particular place, guys. Okay, let me go ahead and import the file that we
Raghu,
prepared
sorry,
here, guys.
one more question before we go on.
Go ahead.
This data that we upload or we create, where does it reside?
See, these data
In
we are
database?
exporting from your success factor database. Ideally, it sits in your success factors data centers on the success factors servers, guys. And being a cloud system, we never know like in which table the data is sitting or it is being stored in success factor data centers. They don't reveal that information outside, guys.
Also, they don't do it.
They don't reveal the database tables or the schema. Nothing is going to be revealed outside, guys.
No,
And
the
there is,
reason when one of the guys in the call, he said that can we add new fields?
yes,
So I thought, this is a custom field, not what SuccessFactor already has provided.
no, it's a custom field. We can go and extend the tables, but you don't go to the physical table and you don't extend it by appending a structure or nothing like that. We have an option to add custom fields using your data models, guys. Just for your information, I'm telling you, using your data models, you can add custom fields, guys.
Also, we don't care where it goes and where it gets saved.
Exactly.
This
We
is
don't.
SuccessFactor will handle it automatically.
Correct, Farouk.
Thank you.
Yeah. So coming back to the things that we were discussing, we are working on the third option to create your administrators using the import UDF file option. You can see here, I came to the import employee data here, this particular page, and I selected the file that we just prepared, guys. In this particular file, I added one more employee record, and it need not be always that you have to add your employee records, or you can go ahead and you can always go with a blank CSV file and add the new employee records over there, and you can import that into the system, right? The system is capable of differentiating new employees are the delta. Always the system process the delta while it is going to process your UDF file, guys. So whether you are appending new employees to the existing UDF file, or you are importing just the new employees using the import employee data, it doesn't make any difference, guys. The system is understands the delta and it will process the delta in your success factor system, guys.
But Raghu, Raghu, hello Raghu.
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, where would you create the fields? Would you add the fields in the CSV file, or would you just create a custom? How would you create the custom field?
See, Raj, just to answer your question, it is too early to know that, but the place where we are going to add the custom fields is the data models.
Okay.
Unmute yourself, Raj. Does it answer your question, Raj?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and process this file, guys. We added one employee record to the existing employee records in the UDF file, and I'm going to import that data into my success factor instance. Okay, I selected the file that we prepared, and I'm going to, you can see there are two-step processes. Validate import file. If at all there are any errors in your UDF file, okay, it is going to throw you the errors on this particular screen, guys. Let me do that, and you can see for all these employees there is a custom field, there is a mandatory field where the data is missing, guys. You can see the custom 015 is a custom field being added, and there is no data being populated here, guys. So what, let me go and correct my UDF file, because people might have made it as a mandatory field after importing the employee data, guys. That is the reason we are seeing the custom 15 is a mandatory field here, where there is no data for a couple of employee records here. Let me go ahead and populate the data into the custom field, and then we'll go ahead and process the UDF file, guys. We need to re-import after correcting all the errors that you has been seen on the import screen. We have to re-import the UDF file again, guys. So your custom, this is the one, guys. Let me go ahead and this is a mandatory field, right? I have to make sure the data is populated here, guys. You can,
Raghu, where did we get this Excel sheet from?
hey, Sunil, 1 second. Let me show you that. That is where we are working, right? If you go to your employee export, right? This is the place where you can get the UDF file. You see here, click on export user file. You can get the uh, Excel file. You can get the CSV file. Basically, we open that in the Excel file format.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll work on that, guys. Extensively we are going to work on these files. Don't worry about that, but this is the place where you can get your existing employee records, or if you're interested in getting a blank template, right? If you go to your employee import option, you can get the blank CSV file with just the header details, guys. You see here, with just the header details, there is no data here, guys. It's a template. Okay, I'm correcting the data associated with the custom 15, guys. But I populated the data, guys, over there. Let's see. Let me go ahead and consume this file, and we'll see if there are any other errors, right? We'll process all those things, guys. Let me go to the import user file, and this is the file that we are interested. Validate import file. still there are problems, guys. You can see there is invalid manager for all these employees, and there is a problem with the job code for couple of employee records, guys. Let me go and quickly correct those errors, and then we reprocess the UDF file, guys. Sorry about that. So for P Shiva invalid manager, just test 2. There are inactive people who has been assigned as managers to these employee records, guys. That is the reason it is showing me an error. And you can see this Kumar account is the one that we created from the provisioning system, guys. And this is an expected error when you are creating a super admin from the provisioning system. So the super admin is also an employee, right? So we created a super admin from the provisioning system, but when we created a super admin from the provisioning system, we haven't populated the complete profile information or complete employee record. We just created the first name, last name, user, the associated email ID. That's it. But all other has been kept as blank, right? That is the reason all the mandatory fields has not been populated, and we are seeing an error because of that reason, guys. So I'm just going to populate the required fields over here. Okay, guys. Let me take another C grant. Job code is missing here. So okay, your job code field is this column, guys. Column N here. Whatever you see here, right? That is the column N. For a couple of people, I don't know, like. Okay. Again for tcomp2, there is a invalid user, guys. 1 second. I'll answer the questions from the chat window in a minute, guys. And invalid user. Let me save this file, guys, and we'll see, guys. If at all there are any further errors, we'll correct that. But let me go to validate this import file. And there are no any errors, guys, on this UDF file. Let me go ahead and import this file. I am going ahead and importing the file into the system. So what the system does is, here is, the moment you import a file and the system starts a background job, and it starts processing all your records in that background job, guys. And you can look at the status whether it has been completed or not. And also, in addition to the monitoring that job, the guy who imported this file, right, he is going to receive an email notification with all the details. Okay, with all the details, how many number of new records has been there, how many number of employee records that has been changed over there, if at all there are any failures in the processing, all those details is going to be captured in the email notification, and you will be able to correct that at a later point of stage also, guys. Let me go back to the monitor job option. I'll show you that, and later I'll show you the email notification that we are going to receive out of this import employee data. So in order to monitor your jobs, there are several places where you can monitor your job, guys. And if you go to your tool search, go to your monitor jobs, you see here there is an option called as the monitor jobs option. Click on this monitor jobs. One second, guys, let me log out. Let me log in with my user account, guys. Go to admin tools. User data file, guys. UDF stands for your user data file, which holds all your employee records in your SuccessFactors system. It's monitor jobs, guys. Monitor jobs. Yeah. Now you can see all these are the existing jobs which has been completed, guys. And I don't know, the one that we started has not even started now. No, guys, not this one. Let me see. No, guys, it's not yet started. And this is the one place where you can monitor your jobs, guys, and you can see all the timestamp and everything when they started, when they have been submitted, and the download status. You can download the status from here as well, and you can monitor the jobs from your provisioning system as well, guys. If you go back to your SuccessFactors provisioning system, yeah, it's similar to SM35, guys, where you can go and monitor all your jobs in your SAP R3. If you go to your SuccessFactors provisioning system, under your company organization, you see there is an option called as a monitor jobs. Select this monitor jobs option, guys, and you will be able to see all the jobs that has been completed and their timestamps and
Now, Raghu,
the error details. And
not everyone is going to have the access to provisioning system, right?
no, I'm telling you what are the different ways where you will be able to see this job status. You can always go to your instance and you can have a look at it here. Or if you want to look at your provisioning system, you will be able to do that. You are not handicapped. The moment you don't have the provisioning access, all don't feel that you're not handicapped with that. All those things are available from your instance itself.
Okay.
And you have an option to monitor your pending jobs or waiting jobs from your provisioning system as well, guys. You can see here, this is your admin user import option which completed at 21,953. This is the one, guys, which completed. This is the one that we initiated, guys. Okay, that goes with your PST. Okay, that's the one, guys. I'll come to your chart questions in a few minutes, guys. Let me complete this. So we created a new user account, and the UDF file with the new employee record has been processed by the SuccessFactors system. And let me show you the email notification that you are going to receive out of this, guys. If you give me a minute, I'll log into the email account that I used to log into the system. And you can see, guys, we just now received an email notification, and here it goes like this, guys. The email looks like, come on. Yeah, you see here, we imported the UDF file into this company. A3CX is our company ID, guys, and these are the options that we selected. Forget about all these things, guys. These are completely customizable, or these are the options that you see when you are importing the UDF file into the system, guys. If you go back to your so you can see these are the several options that has been displayed over there, guys. Whatever the option that we selected here, right, they are summarized in your email notification. You see here, This is what we have selected on the import options, guys, which we are going to work at a later point of time. And you see the total number of records, employee records that we imported is 328, and out of that 120 users has been updated, or this is the delta. 120 user records we have touched when compared to the previous import with respect to the employee records, guys. Okay, and you see here 208 employee records, there is no change with respect to that employee records. And you see here there are, this is the summary, this is the file that we imported into the system, this is the name of the file, and these are the employees for which the manager has been changed. If you remember, guys, when we imported into the system, their assigned managers are inactivated, and that is the reason we went and changed their managers to HR admin. So this is a summary of email notification that you are going to received by the employee or the administrator who initiated this UDF file import into the system, guys. Okay, now if you verify in your instance, you might have created this user account, guys. Let me go to, you see here, this is the, he is the employer, this is the employee record that we created using the UDF file import option just now, guys. Okay, and let me go ahead and assign the required admin privileges to this employee record. So we just imported this using the UDF file. By default, he is not an administrator, guys. We have to go and explicitly assign the required privileges or the required admin privileges to this employee. If you go to your administration privileges, and this is the place where you are going to assign the required admin privileges to your SuccessFactors consultants or the whoever is interested in getting the admin privileges to the areas that they are interested, guys. Let me, 1 second, guys. Search for the user and go ahead and assign the required admin privileges, guys. We'll work on all these bits and pieces, whatever we are seeing here, guys. The admin domains, we'll work on all these things completely, but time being, I'm going to grant the required permissions to all these things, guys. See here, this is how you are going to assign the admin permissions to the user that we created. And this concludes these 3 different ways of creating your users in your SuccessFactors system and assigning the admin privileges to the user that you are going to create in the SuccessFactors system, guys. Let me take questions from the chat window, and later if you have any questions we can talk for a few minutes, guys. Vanaja has a question, guys. You have mentioned 3 different ways of.
Raghu, Paresh over here.
Yeah, Paresh.
Yeah, there is one small question here. Do we need to take a separate provisioning login ID and password for the different module? Like we are using right now is Employee Central, and we have a LMS and PMS like goal setting and performance management. So different provisioning credential required for this, or a single provisioning will be work?
No, it is going to be only one provisioning system, guys. It is going to be controlled with, say, it depends on, like, say you have 10 different consultants who are working on 10 different modules. Say all are certified consultant, yes, you can have 10 different login accounts to your provisioning system, Paresh. It's not that only one provisioning access will be given to a client. It all depends on like how many number of modules that you are implementing and how many number of consultants that you have with you. You can request for all those consultants the provisioning access, or let's say let's make it simple and easy maintenance. You can have only one provisioning login, and that guy, whoever is going to have the provisioning access, right, he is going to control the modules activation and deactivation in your SuccessFactors provisioning system, Paresh.
I am asking about from the client side, not from consultant side. Client has opted for the entire this shoot, success factor should. He has already started implementing, and the client, those client will get this 3, 4 only one provisioning login credential, or different for a different module there will be a different provisioning this one.
See, Paresh, client means the consultants, right? Whether their employees, their full-time employees, or the implementation partners, right? Those are the people who are going to log into your provisioning system, right? Say the client has 5 full-time employees. Let's say client has 5 full-time employees and they have a implementation partner who has 5 consultants. Say out of these 5 full-time employees, say one employee is certified, and out of these 5 consultants, say 5 are certified. Yes, the client can go ahead and request for the 6 user logins to your provisioning system. Let's say the client don't want to give 6 user logins to your provisioning system. He wants to control the provisioning access by only the full-time employee. He can request for a provisioning access for only one his full-time employee who is a certified SuccessFactors certified guy. He can do that. So the client is just going to request SAP SuccessFactors. Yes, boss, this is the guy I am interested in giving the provisioning access to my system. Then SAP SuccessFactors is going to give the user login details. The client doesn't go ahead and create a user accounts or the provisioning access. He doesn't have any control to give, or he is not going to give. Yes, Paresh K, Paresh V. This is the password. He doesn't have any sort of that sort of control to give the provisioning logins. He has always needs to request SAP SuccessFactors to get the provisioning logins to their consultants or to their employees. There is a form. There should be a form, guys. If you just hold a minute, I'll show you the form that is going to be used by the client to request a provisioning access.
Yeah, that's I agree. I understand. But then, when you are said one FTE full-time employee has to be a certified, when company is spending so much amount for complete shoots, and he wanted to
No, yeah.
let us say from the
No, I got your
client side, the
question.
project.
No, I got your question, Paresh.
Pardon?
Yes,
Yeah.
the mandatory, the prerequisite is at least as of now, he should be a certified consultant. Without that, SAP SuccessFactors, even though the client requests that, they don't give you the provisioning access. At least as of today, that's the prerequisite to get a provisioning access from your client side, guys.
Yeah, but what I am saying is, I am a vice president of the company. I am handling this success factor, this one. So why
Paresh,
my
Paresh,
company is spending
Paresh.
a lot of money? Yeah.
Yeah. Can we take this question offline, Paresh? I don't want to waste everyone's time
Yeah.
here, but that's the prerequisite, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I'm answering Vanaja question, and in between this came up. So Vanaja is asking like, you have mentioned 3 different ways of assigning admin privileges. Is there any basic difference among these 3? No, Vanaja. What I mentioned the 3 different ways is like the 3 different ways how you can create a user account. But we are going to assign the admin privileges using the same admin privileges option. We don't that way the assigning admin privileges is no different, guys. It's the same admin privileges option that I'm going to use in my instance. The way how I am going to create user is a different thing. There are different ways how you can create a user, but how you are going to assign the admin privilege is this is the option. Set user permissions, admin privileges is the option that I am going to use to grant admin access or revoke the admin access. Um, 1 second, guys. No, we started with the introduction to mastery module, guys. There is a question like all we are learning now is comes under your employee central module. No, there. All we started is with the introduction to mastery, which is like a basic or a mandatory module, I can say, with respect to your success factor system. This module will help you to understand the different the capabilities of your success factors platform, user administration, and this will talk about the basics of your data models, the security, the different security frameworks available in your success factor system, your workflows, your route maps. All these things the user administration is going to be discussed in the introduction to mastery sessions are there. This will give you a foundation to understand any other module configuration in your success factor system there.
Raghu, I have a question. You said that for provisioning process, we need to get a certified.
Yeah.
How about for the other things like instance and everything? Do we
No,
need to get still certified?
no. Instance configuration of your instance, you don't need any certification, guys. That's the advantage.
Okay.
So because 98% of your configuration is going to be done from your
Mhm.
instance itself, which we are going to see. And yes, you will agree with that going forward. 98% of your any project implementation is going to, the work is going to happen, the configuration is going to happen in your instance. There is no prerequisite to get admin privileges or to do configuration in your instance, guys.
So only to access provisioning system, we need to have a certification.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And Tarun has a question, guys. How do we know correct job codes and all the time of practice? I'll show you like how to get your job codes and assign your job codes going forward. We'll discuss like how to create your job codes and make sure that we assign the correct job codes. We'll discuss that when we are discussing the job families and the job codes, Tarun. And Tarun, to your question, is there a way to see triggered emails like SOST, the email monitoring, right? Uh, as of now, it is not available in your success factor system, guys, but that is one of the pending requirement to implement by SAP success factors on the platform, guys. But as of today, it is not possible, Tarun. Samir, your associate level is good to get your provisioning access, Samir. Tarun, I'll create your user account and I'll share the credentials to you, Tarun. I know like for few people I haven't created the user accounts yet, but I'm going to create that during my daytime and I'll share the credentials with the corresponding people, guys. Sorry about that, but I'll do that by end of today of my time, guys. I'm in India, guys. For just for your information, I am here on vacation. I'll do that during my daytime, guys. I'll send those details to you, Paddy. The certification details, right? I'll send that an email to you, everyone, guys. And Tarun has a question, guys. Provisioning system is like dev environment, QA, and production. Yes, guys, you have a different provisioning system for each landscape, each system of your landscape. If you have a dev, yes, you have a dev provisioning system. If you have a QA, you have a QA provisioning system. If you have a production, yes, you have a production provisioning system as well, and they are completely independent things, guys. Delta of your UD file is nothing but the records that we touched, guys, or the records that we changed. Samir has a question, what is the delta for UDF? The records that we change from our desktop or from our local is called as a delta. Okay. Those are the questions, those are the only questions that I see in the chat window, guys. And if you still have any questions, please let me know. Or if you are comfortable in dropping an email, just drop me an email, guys.
Raghu, just a quick question. When we're talking about Delta, are these employees already created in the system already and we made any changes to their account details?
Correct,
That's
correct,
how you
guys.
got it touched?
Yes, yes, correct, guys.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And just for information, guys, as the first day I shared this meeting details with everyone, but going forward, I'm not going to do that. And tomorrow we'll meet at the same time, guys. If someone wants to continue the training, right, just drop me an email. I'll be able to send you the required details to you on how to join this session and the further details to enroll to this course, guys.
Raghu,
Yeah.
this is Raghu. I didn't get the information about the training and the schedule for the training.
Hey, Raj, if you don't make it, put your email in the chat window, Raj.
Sure.
Sorry about that, Raj.
Raghu, you didn't tell about this transport requests.
No, we are going to discuss on that. Instance synchronization tool is the one which we are going to use to migrate your configuration changes from one box to another box or one environment to another environment. We don't have any transport mechanism in your success factor system. That's the tool. Instance synchronization is the one we are going to use to migrate your configuration changes from one environment to another environment. We are going to see that configuration or the tool usage in our training sessions, guys.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, Kumar.
Raghu, are you going to provide the recording?
I'll do that, Raj.
Thank you.
Raghu, today this is not the same link for tomorrow?
No, I'll be sending out a new GoToMeeting link to all of you well before the starting the session, guys. Probably by today evening of Indian time, I'll be sending a new GoToMeeting link to everyone, guys, who confirm the training. They'll receive a new GoToMeeting link from my side, guys.
Raghu, Sunil
We'll
here.
be getting a user ID and password and everything tomorrow.
Yeah,
Am I
yes.
right?
Yep, correct, Babu.
Yeah, Sunil here, Raghu.
Yeah, Sudhil.
Once the session is done, I'll call you in about 1 hour's time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, Sunil.
Okay. So the class is done for the day?
Yeah, we are done for the day. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to log off from the GoToMeeting, guys.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh yeah, thank you, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. If you have any questions, you can always drop me an email, guys. And just for your information, you can contact me at, or if you want to call me, right, you can call me on my India number, guys, 7093-820-684. Yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for your time, and
Hi.
we'll meet in tomorrow. Yeah, Tarun.
Yeah, I have one question actually. How we move like transport to like travel to QA and QA to production?
We'll see that. Your instance synchronization that I just mentioned, right? That's the one which is going to help us to migrate your changes from one box to another environment, Tarun. Yeah, might be it is like too early to discuss about that, but going forward, we'll see how we can utilize that tool to migrate your changes, Tarun.
Okay, and one question more, like if we having certification, then we have like modules or specific to like I go for like employee central certification. Then have only like access of that particular module or all the module?
You'll get see, it depends on the client. Say you are a EC certified consultant and you're also good with respect to compensation or any other module. Then it's up to the client whether he is going to allow you to do that particular module configuration or not. It's up to the client. But it's not a prerequisite that you need to be certified in all the modules that you are interested to do the configuration.
No, but I'm asking Raghu that like if success factor, like I go for certification for only employee central.
Okay.
Then login which provided by the SAP.
You are talking about the provisioning system.
Yes.
No. That everything is going to be available in the provisioning system. Even though you are a EC certified, you can see all other modules configuration in the provisioning system, Tarun.
Okay, and the access which you are like going to provide us is like it's like having all the access for like all the modules.
Yeah, the access that I'm going to provide you is the complete admin access to all the modules of your SuccessFactors in the instance, and you can do all the configuration in your SuccessFactors system, guys. And these systems
And
doesn't it doesn't include LMS, guys. I'm just emphasizing on the point. It doesn't include your LMS. LMS is a totally different system, and it is a totally different course or a different track, guys.
okay, and one thing more like is like employee certification is enough, like your associate level is mandatory kind of thing.
No. The employee central certification that you are doing is the associate level certification.
Okay.
Employee central associate level certification is the one that you are going to do, or the one that I recommend to you after completion of the course to go ahead and do the certification and get the certification, guys, because it will add a
Okay,
lot of value to, as a consultant, you will have more importance when compared to any other consultant if you are a certified one.
and one thing more like I yesterday saw on one like website like is like certification is available all the time, or like it's having some specific time.
No. Usually, right now you are seeing like a 2 or 3 weeks of delay. Let's say if you want to book it today, you will not be
Okay.
able to book for today. If you start booking for today, right, you will be able to get the slot after next 2 weeks or so, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and it depends
And
on the
one thing.
country also. Say US, I know it is 2 weeks or 10 days, but if you come to another country, right, it is like close to 1 month, guys. There are other countries like Australia or some other country where it is close to 1 month. You have to wait for 1 month to get a slot.
Okay, and one thing more like how you share the content with us, like the like PPT like that.
I'll do that through email, guys. All the documentation, your implementation guide, your data models, your configuration workbooks, the admin guides, whatnot, everything I'm going to share through email. I'm going to place them all on the Google Drive, and I'll share the links with the corresponding people, guys.
Okay, and like how that recording video for today's session.
I'll do that through Google Drive.
Okay, and are we able to like download and save it like for further information? Is it like that?
I'll talk to you on that, Tarun.
Okay.
Today's session I'll send it to everyone, guys. But going forward,
Sure.
yeah, I'll talk to you on a individual basis, guys.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Raghu.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to log off. You can always contact me on either of this number or on the email, guys. Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time, and we'll meet in tomorrow's session at the same time, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.